Guys, welcome guys, here we are. We're at RaceOnOz Season 7, Round 1. We've got the PS4 Tier 2 server at Zandvoort. I can tell you that a little bit excited, and I'm joined here tonight by the one and only K-Man. G'day K-Man, how you going?
Good, Adman. Welcome, viewers. Hopefully this is coming through loud and clear. It's a first time for me as a bit of a console controller, so hopefully we'll press the right buttons in the right order.
So Andrew only can't hear me, by the looks of it. Just double check. Both good, excellent. Thanks, Andrelli. So here we are, guys. So sorry about that. A little bit of a technical thing. We're basically, this is the first time that we've actually done this, and we, as you know, we would have had Nick previously leading us into the race, but Nick has moved on to greener pastures. So K-Man's done all the hard work in the background with all the PC stuff and the services, along with Andrelli and JJ. So really appreciate those guys helping out. But here we are. We're about to kick into Season 7. As I said, we've got the Tier 2 guys racing tonight. And just having a look in the at the back screen here behind me, we've got 9 cars on field. So we sort of were expecting a smaller field tonight, but that's okay because it's a good opportunity for us to get our heads around this and what it all looks like. As I said, it's the first time, so there's definitely been a few nerves going on, and probably more so from K-Man and myself. I've already had a couple of beers, so I'm quite relaxed, which is good.
Good to hear, mate. Good to hear.
Yeah, thanks, K-Man. Alrighty.
We've got the Season 7 dates up there for everybody to have a quick look at. So obviously round 1, we've got Zandvoort. You've got PS4 Tier 2 and PS5 on tonight. Obviously it's the Tier 2 being broadcast. Next week will be PS4 Tier 1. Then we move on after that to Spa for round 2. Round 3 commencing 26th of July with Suzuka. That will be a wet race of some description. Then through to round 4, which will be at Hungaroring, and then finalising with the endurance round starting on the 23rd of August at Nürburgring. The event rules for the sprint rounds, which will be 4 of the 5 rounds, is 1 pit stop for mandatory tyres, and fuel is optional. I think we've got a little bit of housekeeping to do, ads, in regards to covering off Season 6 champions and podiums. So we might click into that, I think.
Sure, mate. Yep, let's go for it.
Okay, in Tier 3, which is essentially in the last season, was we had one server of PS4 guys, and in 3rd place was HSVV. In 2nd place was Ty Morgo, and you won't believe this, on a count back for the win was Footner, and as you can see, both tied on the same points, and it came down to race wins to crown the championship. Look, that was just an amazing series, to be brutally honest.
Oh, that last race came in there at Bathurst, and you know, especially Footner and Ty Morgo, the way that they kept it up the front there, and everyone was watching it with bated breath, and it basically just came down to, you know, someone making a mistake, or, you know, taking, as we know, the round Bathurst, it's the cannon of concrete pretty much, so it doesn't take much to hit a wall. I know Footner hit a couple of walls, and Ty Morgo did a really good race, so amazing that it got so close, and it was an awesome effort by all those guys as well.
Absolutely. Tier 2, which was on PS5. In 3rd place was Saint Sim on 66 points. 2nd place was Sir McSquid on 67 points. And in 1st place was Fleischdyke on 77 points. Again, you know, really, really close on points.
Yeah. It's just it's nuts how they can be so close with the points. It's amazing. So, but great effort by those guys.
Absolutely. Then finishing off with Tier 1. And also, I should say a big thank you to Andrelli for putting this slideshow together for us. In third place...
Was that Andrelli there on the side of his car then?
Yes, I think it could have been.
Okay,
third place, and an amazing season was from Jambon Sickle. Really, really, very consistent, very, very fast, and it was great to see.
Yeah, solid driver.
Second place was Slambo, and then in first place, again, Jamie, tied on the same points, but back to race wins, and...
Well, I didn't even know that actually came in. I didn't know they tied.
No, so there you go.
Yeah, no, that's and he finished 6th in that race. He actually copped some damage and was in behind Stu. I think that he just conceded that he was going to hold that position because he had already mathematically worked out that he was safe. How he did that, I've got no idea, especially when you're racing. But yeah, that's a great effort by those guys as well.
Absolutely. Onto the teams championship. And in third place was team coach Dave. Great job for them, first time into the season. And I think it's also worth noting right here and now, adds that we've got to thank Bounty for taking over the steering of the ship of Coach Dave Academy for season 7. Thank you very much, Bounty, for stepping up.
Yeah, no, he's...
In second place, awesome. The Gamesman. And in first place, Pagnian Next Level Racing. Absolutely way ahead of the field. So, again, congratulations to Pagnian. And, to everybody, that was involved right the way down to 4th and, 5th place in the team's championship. I think what we might do now, Ads, is I think we might jump on board for your hot lap.
Yeah, go for it, mate. I look forward to seeing what this looks like.
All right, sit back and listen.
G'day guys, here we are, RaceOnOz Season 7, PS4, PS5. We're at round 1, Zandvoort, 4.2 kilometres long, consisting of 14 turns as we make our way down pit straight. Sort of break at the 100 metre mark here, keep it nice and tight around this first corner. If you go too deep, you can't go out wide. We make our way up here. Want to just brake just before the curbing, drop down a gear, keep it nice and tight here. Be careful you don't lock your left-hand front wheel up. Sort of off throttle around here, power out, get a nice exit. So we make our way along into sector 2. Super difficult sector, coming across the crest. Want to brake just at the orange board there, drop it down 2 gears, let the front end grip up, get a nice exit. Coming across this curve on the right hand side, we want to be off the throttle and off the brake, let the front end grip up, brake just before the sign. Got to be careful you don't lock your right hand front wheel here as well. Just want to brake just nicely, get a good exit out of here. You can make up a fair bit of time as we power out. Not really a passing opportunity down here, but the chances are to get a nice exit you could. Brake just before the curbing. Try not to hit that curbing too much. Have it nice and tight around here as well, get a good exit. So we make our way down to the last corner before we hit the pit straight. Just hold it flat down here. Keep it in nice and close. Get a nice exit, just got a little bit on the grass. Good luck to those that are racing tonight. We'll see you on track and have fun.
Here we go. Welcome back, guys. Hope you enjoyed that amazing hot lap by Adman.
Yeah, that looked pretty good actually. Came in at it's an interesting track, this one. So whilst it is short, it's actually quite technical, and there's some corners there that especially turn 1 off the pit straight, You know, when you brake, you got to sort of keep it in nice and close, and you definitely don't want to hit any curbing there. But if you go a little bit wide there, it will actually drag you out in the marbles, and you'll lose your momentum around that corner. But then as you make your way up into the towards the end of sector 1, you know, again, there's opportunity to lock up your left-hand front tyre, which you don't want to do. You definitely don't want to do that. But sector 2, there's a combination of corners there. As we come down into turn 9, there's another spot there where you can easily lock up your right-hand front tyre. You know, and you've got to try and exit the corner and straight line it as much as you can so you can get good power down onto the black stuff, and then coming down through turn 10. So I think I said it in my hot lap. It's not a place that you would normally pass, but if you can get a good exit out of there, there's absolutely an opportunity to come down and turn 11 and under brakes and just take the inside there. And again, coming out through turn 13 and 14, back onto the main straight. You know, it's that last corner. If you've got the balls to go out wide enough and then cut it in, you know, that is a corner that is just an absolute flat out corner, which is really good if you can nail it. I think that lap that I did there was a minute 35.5, so certainly had about 3 or 4 more tenths in that lap. But as you can see, I'm in the Ferrari season, so I put it to the guys there at Team BHR and basically said, what am I driving, the Bentley or the Ferrari? And it's the vote went to the Ferrari, so I've had to quickly up in the Ferrari and try and understand how that car works, which is a little bit of a challenge in itself. But yeah, no, it was good fun.
Now again, and just I think on this track too, I think dependent on the choice of car that you happen to be running on this track, some of the curbs are an absolute killer. So I know it's funny. Ads has changed to the Ferrari. It looks like I'm going to sit behind in a Ferrari. I think Jambon has changed and he's running a Ferrari as well this season. So it's nice to see a few of us changing it up for something completely different. So let's bring on the start of this season. Absolutely,
mate. Absolutely. Generally wrapped, and I said it through the chat there today, I think it was, that appreciate everyone's help with getting this off the ground. We've under circumstances we've had to group together and bring all our heads together as well, and work out the best way that we could bring this brand to everyone at a high level that we have done previously. So here we are tonight doing the same thing, and hopefully it all comes to fruition. So definitely looking forward to see what that there looks like. We're
very
about
true,
to kick
mate.
into
very true.
Qualifying by the looks of it, K-Man.
Yep. Well, let's we'll just take a quick 30-second break, and we'll jump straight into it.
Alrighty, so here we are, qualifying. Just looking here, some of the guys going around, we had some pretty close, I think it was top 6 actually, within under a second, or 8 tenths from 1st to 8th, but I believe that we had 2 Bentleys at the top. But just looking at the track, so we're still on a fast track. We've got a track temperature of 32 degrees. There's a little bit of cloud cover by the looks of it as well, and I'm not too sure that that's going to impact the track too much in the performance of the cars this afternoon. So they are qualifying on a Saturday afternoon, and then the race is also set on a Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon as well. And K-Man, I'm predicting that probably at about 5 minutes to go of qualifying here this afternoon for these guys that are racing on track, that the track's going to go to Optimum, which will be the opportunity for some of these guys to back up some good
Oh, I
times.
think you're probably right. We'll have to watch that clock, mate, to see how accurate you are. Obviously, currently we're on board here with Shamrock. It's only his out lap, so it's early times in quali. So I don't expect to see any decent times until we probably hit around about the 10-minute mark, and then they should probably start to get faster and faster following that as the clock counts down.
Yeah, 100%.
Stay on
mate.
board with Shamrock and just see what he puts down for his first flying lap.
Yeah, for sure. I might just while we're doing it, I might just ask the viewers there at home. So we've got 5 people. I think we've got 5 people watching. But Lucas just come on. We've got Bounty, Andrelli and Fly viewing. So guys, just let us know if the sound's coming all right through for the cars. Certainly don't want to lose that part of it. But if it is, then happy days. It looks like A-Man would have done a very good job in the lead up to tonight's race. So hats off to you, mate, for that. Hopefully we get some feedback come through. So we're just on board with Shamrock. You can just see coming into this corner here, turn 10. That bit of curbing there on the right, that is a nasty bit of curbing. If you hit that, it will drag your car out into the fence. This is another one. You don't want to go over that curbing too much there on the right. It will lift the front of the car up and pretty much send you forwards, and straight line straight into the barrier as well.
A little bit wide there on that turn.
Little line. Yeah, not too bad.
He's got it hugged in there nicely.
He has. I think in a minute 37 it'll be low 37.
Yeah, there we go.
Right mids. Yep. So that puts him up in a P1 so far. We'll just wait for these other guys to cycle through. So they all start to cross the start-finish line. Simon, Team BHR. Barky God, 37.2. I reckon that I think the track temperature might have been a little bit less than this in practice. Some of these guys potentially could have been caught out with setting their tyre pressures up, and then you can just see there, just watching Sparky got as he went around turn 4, just locking the wheels. But we're on board with Simon here.
Yep.
Simon's new to Team BHR.
Ex-SAR.
So new to Team BHR in the Mercedes. And doing a great job. So Simon's actually, he's come in. He's pretty happy to be in Team Green. And as K-Man said, he's come from SAR. So happy that he's had a good introduction to the Rooz group. Know some of the other guys outside of Team BHR, but it doesn't matter who it is. We welcome anyone and everyone. So we're a wide community. Even outside of our own team. So
he looks to be on a reasonably good lap too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just looking at his steering wheel inputs too, mate. Like, he's quite smooth. A little bit wide there, probably wider than he wanted to be.
Oversteer.
He's held that corner there flat out, and he had a little bit of room on the outside. So it's, that's interesting. It's put him into 4th position so far.
Christo is into P1 on a 37.1.
Well, I wasn't expecting that, and not because of his ability. I just see him up there in the practice, so maybe he might have been sandbagging a little bit.
I'll just have a look at Sparky God here. It looks like he may have had a bit of an off, I would say, by the look of that. 7 seconds down. I don't think that's got anything to do with the pit stop, so...
Definitely not. That would... not his outlap. Maybe just a little bit of a cropper and had to reset. And that's the thing with this track too. coming through here, you cut across that curbing. If you go out a little bit wide, just catch a little bit of grass there. It can guarantee it's just about lights out, and he's gone out in the grass again there. So he's struggling with a little bit of understeer in the front end of that Bentley. The track temperature is still 32 degrees, so nothing's changed there. Scotty Pye, what's he in the Ferrari, is he?
Scotty's in the Ferrari. We'll jump on board with Scotty shortly, but we'll have a bit of a look at Kraken.
Yep. 2-1. Team GRT. I'll tell you that, those colours. I saw Burradog last week. He's provided some of the colours for the liveries for their teams, and I know he's very passionate about the colours. He likes them to look good on screen, and I'll tell you, he does a bloody good job too. So hats off to BHR. Oh, sorry, not BHR. Burradog and his team. Certainly an Andrelli with as the vice captain there, but I don't mind those colours.
No, definitely well presented cars, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he's certainly got this thing lit up, hasn't he? Really, he's caught up to the back of Shamrock. If that was a little bit of a flush of the lights there, just to let him know that he's coming.
And he's on a hot one.
Yeah, he sure is. Just see,
dropping into the 36s if he can hold it together.
Yeah, well, if he's smart here, we'll actually get a bit of a tow from Shamrock, so that's a good thing for him as well. As he makes his way around turn 13. Ooh. Oh, he's just gone wide there. He's still kept it the valid lap. Still holding it flat.
I don't think he was close enough for a bit of aero wash through there.
No, he probably wasn't. He goes into P1, but he definitely could have put it up into the high 36s, I reckon. And that's purely based on the fact that he's just gone out a little bit wide.
See how Scotty's travelling.
Yeah, so Scotty Pye's gone back to the Ferrari. He's done a couple of seasons in the Bentley. I quite often reference to Scotty just with regards to where he can put his car and how competitive he is, considering that he's on a hand controller. I reckon he does a brilliant job at that. So
amazing.
Currently sitting in P6, and we know that Scotty lives to this stuff. Lives and breathes it. He absolutely just cannot wait for race night, and I know he gets a bit excitable through the week, so that's a good thing. As long as he harnesses it and puts it into where the track and car come together, and he can put the laps down. But doing a good job so far. So we make our way down. So there you go. The track's gone optimum with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. So I reckon. So Christo's already done a 36.4. Sparky got his 1/10, or nearly 2/10 behind him. Then you got Kraken, Simon, and Shamrock. So top 5 cars, within a second of each other. And I reckon Scotty Pye will probably creep up into the. Should make up a little bit of time, I would say, but yeah, we've got Sparky going out for another couple of laps, and this is where you'll see the guys should come in, the new set of tyres on, and throw down some good laps. And K-Man, we've just got Footner's just come into the chat there on the stream as well. So g'day.
Yeah. Evening, Cameron.
How are you, mate? We actually did mention you earlier, mate, just with regards to your Tier 2 win on the PS4. Was it Tier 2 or Tier 1 on PS4? Can't remember now.
Well, we only had the one PS4 in last season. We had the 2 PS5 rooms.
Oh, that's right. So it'll be the PS4 champion. So
that's where you had the big battle with Ty.
Yep, and we're talking about that battle in the last round there at Bathurst. So brilliant effort and drive by you guys. So well done. Well done to all three.
Can you see anybody else that's on there on a bit of a hot lap there, Ads, in the background?
Only Sparky's on his outlap.
Yep.
Which is actually coming around on his way. You got 5, 3, 4. So Simon, Shamrock. So you got Shamrock, Simon, Sparky, and then Scotty Pye. Actually, not Shamrock. He's just pulled out, but Simon and Sparky there. They'll be on a hot lap now with the Optimum track.
No.
And looking to
let's jump on
capitalise.
board with Sparky.
Yeah, for sure. Let's just have a look. The guys, turn your volume up. Let's do a quick lap around Zandvoort. He's pulled out. Just didn't feel quite right for him there.
Yep.
So where's Simon? He's still going around, I think. 5, 3, 4. Yep, so he's just coming up into turn 11 and 12. He's making his way. So he's still in the red for his lap. It's not this one, it will be...
no, he's out too.
Wide too. So they're not leaving themselves a lot of time, these guys.
They aren't, are they?
To do an outlap and then go and drop down a good time. Here we are with Christo. Kraken.
Can he move up the ladder?
Well, he's in the green. He's got to hold this lap so far, and that's just from turn 1, turn 3. Coming into turn 4. Just keep it nice and tight. This is like a mini apex, this corner. Just lost a little bit of time there. Yep. Yep, so he's got to maintain this lap. So this, I would have thought some of these guys would have absolutely just... Simon's still in the pits. Barky's still in the pits. Maybe they've just conceded the fact that that's it for them.
Kraken's onto the grass.
That's it for him then. What's we got out there? 413.
Psycho.
Hot Shadow. Going around for another one. Psycho and...
Psycho's up on his fastest lap.
Oh yep, here we go. This is it, boys.
See where he can bring it up that tree.
Well, he's just missed the curb on that. He's gone wide on that corner too. Still in the green. I can't see it, but what is he, 4 tenths up?
Yeah, 4.5 tenths up. Yep. It'll definitely drop
nice.
him into the 37s. Should he be able to carry it through to the end?
He's just missed that curve. That's really good.
6 tenths up nearly. He's just got to hold this together.
Well, he's just done it nicely there. He's gone it nice and wide. On it flat.
Lost about a tenth.
Yeah,
He's
just had to
gaining it
lift
back.
just
6
slightly.
tenths. 7 tenths up and climbing. This will move him up the order, I'm sure. No, it doesn't. 37.3. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, okay. I would have been expecting a little bit more than that.
Well, that's a really, really good time by Christoph. 36.4. Sparky just under 2 tenths behind. Shamrock just over 3 tenths behind, and Scotty Pye 7 tenths. I think it's qualifying's one thing. It'll be interesting to see race pace, I think. Yeah,
look, that's what it comes down to. It's down and being fast on track for 1 or 2 laps is one thing.
Yep.
But certainly putting a race package together and doing it for 60 minutes is another thing. So I have full confidence in the guys that are on track there tonight. But yeah, congratulations to Christoph for pole position. For who we got? What 377? What's that? CDA, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is. And
yep.
Sparky God is in CDA position 1 and 2, and Shamrock SAR position 3. So congratulations
Scotty
to those
Pye
3
in
guys.
4th, SAR 3rd and 4th. So
yep, done well. Alrighty, so we'll just we'll wait for it to kick over to the race, and you got your screen there, hey man, for. Alrighty, here we are again, guys. Thanks for that little break there. We've currently got 35 seconds to go before race start is initiated. So just to give you a little bit of a rundown, we've got a manual formation lap start tonight. So that's basically what that means is that the guys, drive around at the control of each other. Then when the race starter calls for them to line up in double file, they will slow down to 70 kilometres an hour, and all cars will be in double file to the start-finish line until the race starter initiates the race, and then the lights will turn green. So, for one, I prefer it this way. I think that it's better, rather than on a drive around into a green slot. No, I think that through previous races we've shown that we're pretty disciplined with our race start, so it feels a little bit more real doing it this way. Yeah, it should be interesting. So just reflecting back on the chat there. So Bounty's in the chat. Congratulations to Bounty for his team, P1 and 2, and obviously yourself came in with Shamrock in P3, and then Scotty Pye in next to him. So I'm not sure if there's going to be any team orders here, but as we have said previously through the Discord threads, is that first corner, especially here at Zandvoort, can be a little bit of an issue when everyone's diving in at first turn, but we don't win the race at the first corner, obviously, and something the guys need to really think about. So one of the things that I've seen through the stewards group is with some of the tools that we have available to ourselves, which is the helicopter radar, which is super important, and I know that it can be difficult to use if you're not used to it, but certainly try. But that's where you get a full understanding of where cars are next to you, and how you can create that space between you and the person beside you or in front. It can be the difference between having a good race for 60 minutes or bumping into someone and knocking yourself and someone else off the track. But they've got a small track to quickly warm up tyres, warm up brakes. All looking pretty neat so far.
Doing a great job.
Oh yeah,
the boys in the front row, getting them in order. Wish them all the best of luck. Let's see some close, clean racing.
We wait for the green light to go. The red light's up there. Eyes are nice and straight. That's it. Race starters called the race. Here we go.
Green light. Go, go, go.
I'll just say Shamrock lost a few spots there. That's interesting.
A bit
Must
slow
have
off
missed that.
Mark, the old fella.
Yep, Simon's gone a little bit wide. We've got Team CDA up front 1 and 2. Team SAR in position 3 and 4. They make their way around. Again, this is the first lap. We've got a mandatory pit stop with tyres. I'm thinking that the guys will take tyres all similar to each other in regards to time. I'm predicting middle of the race. But certainly, I don't know if people prefer to do the undercut or the overcut. I'm not quite sure, but Shamrock's just gotten a little bit untidy coming through that curbing there as well. We've got Sparky God sitting in behind Christo, so he's going to play the team here. Gonna let it all just play out in front of him. A couple of laps in, and I'm sure that a lot of these guys will settle down, but so's already pulled. Oh, Sparky's just collected that curb there. Scotty Pye seen an opportunity.
He had to pull it
Ferrari.
up. Yep, had to pull it up to make sure he didn't end up in the back of Sparky.
Yeah, well, that curbing that Sparky just hit, that's a nasty curb, and it doesn't matter whether you're in the Bentley that loves the curbs or an Audi or a Ferrari, it will launch the car.
Oops, somebody's around in the background. Not too sure who that was. I think it was in the Mercedes. It may have been Simon.
Hello, Simon's in there. It was Kraken.
Kraken.
Yep.
Okay.
Team GRT. So we've got a track temperature of 31. We've got clouds, so you can see there, guys, with the track. We've got no sun out at all. It's going to warm the track up too much, so that's interesting in itself. We've got the realism set to 3, which is a good thing. Just back on board with Sparky God. Got the lights ablaze. He's got Scotty Pye. Scotty Pye's taken some nice tight lines there. He's obviously got his car dialed in. Sparky will be seeing
Tyres
that
would
in
be
his
up
rear
to
vision mirror.
temp 2 by now, I would think, coming into the, end of lap 2, start of lap 3, well and truly.
Yeah, I reckon so too, K-Man, for sure. I mean, the brake rotors are glowing on these cars, so that would be generating a fair bit of heat into those tyres as well. So, and just thinking about that, this is also, guys, if you're racing next week, something to think about too on a short track. I know that traditionally people run their brake ducts at 3 on the front and 2 on the back. But given the short track, given the amount of braking that goes on here, so it might be worth experimenting with opening the front ducts up to 4 and maybe leaving the back at 2 or pushing it out to a 3. Just dependent on how you've got your car set up. But it's on the back.
I can assure you that there are no team orders at SAR.
None at all?
None at all.
Well, yeah, Scotty definitely took the opportunity there, and he's gone up past Shamrock. So we've got 56 minutes to go, so it's a long race still. But these boys out the front have pulled a little bit of a gap. So this is an opportunity to see what the rest of the season's going to look like. If it's a fight between CDR and CDA and SAR, then yeah, we've definitely got a bit of a showing to come up with these guys, and I mean that's good for you too, man, with Team SAR, considering that you've sort of been down a little bit. But
Bounty's just posted. Oh, Shamrock there, nearly into the back of his teammate. Goodness me. Bounty's just posted no team orders in CDA either.
Yeah, well that's good. It's race on.
Absolutely.
As far as I'm concerned. Shamrock's little mishap there, what it's done is it's brought Simon back into play.
Yep.
And we've got Psycho in there as well in the Bentley. White Shadow's back down with the McLaren. I think he was in the McLaren last season actually, which is to see that he's sticking with a car that he's familiar with. We know that with White Shadow and, like you said before, with Riggsy, it's hard with these guys with their night shifts and the inconsistency of being able to race with on for getting in there and having a crack. No matter where you finish, it doesn't matter. And Team Little Bear, he's in the pits. I'm not sure what's going on there, unless he's hit something and he's doing a repair. Not terribly sure. I might just jump on just to check if he's got any of his teammates. Team pit crew running around the car, which it doesn't appear to be. So hopefully he is doing a repair, but he will be at risk of going a lap down. And guys, I can tell you, just looking at the track map here, I know we've only got 9 cars on track, well 8 at the moment with Team Little Bear in the pits. No, he's done a repair, came in, he's back out again, so good on him.
Yep, very well
done.
done.
Team Little Bear wouldn't let us down, but there's other guys. We've got Christo's in P2. I've missed that. Sparky's in P1, so Christo's had a little bit of an off. It's very, very close with these top 6 cars, to be honest.
I think it's still, because it's such a long race, it's still anybody's race to be had. I think you're looking at some of these lap times, 37s, flat 38s, 37s from Simon. There's not a lot in it.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Cracking a 36.9 in 8th.
Yeah, Billy. Now, yeah, that just goes to show. Look at the battle that's forming in behind these guys. Shamrock's caught on to the back of Scotty Pye again as well.
Yeah, I think Shamrock may have a bit more, early pace than Scotty. Oh, no!
Just lost the rear end.
No.
Definitely wouldn't have been in part of his game plan. Can we get a closer view of the cars came in? I just want to see if there's any damage.
It looks to be a little on the front of Shamrock. Let me get to Scotty. Scotty's got a bit more going on there.
Is he?
Yep. His windscreen and the side of the car, where Shamrock, the back of the car.
Oh, I just watched that.
He's in a bit of trouble. Yeah, just as he was coming around the last turn onto the straight, he just lost the back end.
He did. That you know what? That's off throttle oversteer. That's basically what that is. So, that's one of the hardest things to try and get out of your car. But yeah, his car looks like it's pretty buggered at the moment. It's a fair bit of.
It looks like he's been hit by more than Shamrock by the looks of it, to be honest.
Yeah, he probably was collected. I mean, he's going to do some more damage if he's not careful.
Into the pits he goes.
Going into the pits. But for the rest of the guys, Sparky got in P1, Christo in P2, Psycho in P3, so he's moved up. So we've got 4 Bentleys in the first 4 positions. And we've got Simon, Team BHR and the Mercedes, and Kraken, GRT, the Mercedes as well, Scotty Pye and White Shadow.
White Shadow's in the pits as well. I wonder whether he had any contact with Scotty.
More than likely did. So it's your team as well too, mate. So that maybe I'll put the mocker on.
Not a good start.
No. Anything that you've got to say? Any thoughts?
I'm speechless a little bit at the minute, but that's racing, isn't it? Small mistake, can be costly for an individual or for a few.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right, mate. It doesn't take much, and that's it's not like the old Project Car 2 day where you can bump into someone and just continue to drive on.
No, absolutely not. With
no effect. So. And the hardest part too is, as I speak about this stuff all the time. The guys that put in the practice and they spend all the time in the seat, putting lap down and doing car setups and trying to get those little bugs out, with the off throttle oversteer. And you come to race day and what are we? Lap 6, so that happened on lap 5. Get a little bit sideways, and then unfortunately you get in the way of other drivers, and it turns out that it was both of his teammates. So there's 3 SAR cars there with damage.
And it's one of the fastest parts of the track too, isn't it? Obviously coming onto the start-finish straight, so very difficult for somebody to pull up when that sort of thing happens. So
absolutely, that's a race incident, unfortunately. But
no, exactly right.
Nothing intentional there. It's not through anything to do with someone's ability. That's just an unfortunate thing. That behaviour of the car.
We'll have a look at Kraken, I think. He's
closed
in on the back of Simon. Shamrock's also on the back of Psycho as well at the minute. So Shamrock was, a couple of 2 to 3 seconds behind Psycho, but he has closed in. So maybe his damage isn't that bad at this current stage.
Yeah, potentially not. White Shadow's still in the pits, I can see. Scotty Pye's pulled out. So he's done his mandatory pit stop. So that's 48 minutes that Team Little Bear and Scotty Pye will be going around on one set of tyres, so which should be quite achievable. You do know that most tracks you can go through a full race on one set of tyres.
Yeah, very true.
And if anyone's wondering, so the reason why we've gone with the tyre stop is just to simulate and align to the PS5 server where they have a mandatory tyre stop, which they are running all cars in that server. That server there consists of Pro, Pro-Am and Am. And we actually bought another server as...
Oh, no!
Let's just turn around.
Goodness me.
Is that Psycho?
Yes, it was.
Well, he might have bounced off the wall, I think. Yeah, this track is nasty. It is nasty. It doesn't matter what corner. And I tell you, too, whether everyone thinks they're safe when they're in a Bentley with riding curbs. Trust me, you're not. Curbs here do not discriminate against any car. So it will launch any car.
Now, is White Shadow back in the pits, or has he remained in the pits?
He's remained in the pits.
Right.
What I can see there. I'll just go and check. Just jump on board with him for a second. Yeah, so he's
still showing.
He's still got damage.
Sure. Yeah.
His car is very badly damaged. So he's either still getting it repaired, or he's parked it up by the looks of it. Bumper bar. He's got damage on the bumper bar, the sides, on it. Very heavy damage there by the looks of it. So that could be like a 2-minute stop for damage. Oh, yep, and he's done the repair. He's back out again.
Wow, must have been a big one. Oh,
yeah.
Now the poor bugger has been given a stop-go.
Speeding.
When it's not your night, it's not your night. Let's have a look at Psycho in the pits here coming in. Had a bit of damage in the front end, but seems to be fairly clear. Well, particularly on the back of the car and the passenger side.
Yep. Well, let's just do a quick time check. The stopwatch on him, he's already, 5 seconds in there. So if the damage is relatively low, he shouldn't be in there too much longer than what it needs to be. It's Kraken's on the back of Simon here.
Yep.
So we've got the 2 AMGs. And honestly, this is one of the things I found around here too, K-Man. Following another car around, trying to spot your turning points is one of the hardest things to do.
Unless you've done considerable laps, and yeah, I'm not saying you drive the track with your eyes closed, but you really know where the corners are. It's very difficult being that close to somebody. Very easy to ride up on a curve and end up off the track.
It is. When you're riding this close behind someone, you get that aero wash as well. And you know,
oh no!
Oh, it's gone around. Jesus.
It's a night of heartache currently, isn't it?
Sure is.
Except for probably the first 2. You know, Christoph and Sparky, but again, we didn't see what happened to Christoph early on when he was leading the race.
Just on the YouTube stream here now, just going to have a quick look. They're coming around turn 4. I want to just see what happens here. Hasn't touched any curb. He's just lost the rear end. That's we got the traction control turned down. He's got it down to 4, so be a little bit too sensitive there. The TC, but he's not driving a healthy car. So I have doubts he'll probably try and cycle through to the pit stop at least, and then get that damage fixed up.
Let's jump on board with Sparky for a lap home out there in the lead.
So he's kept it in nice and close there at turn 1. On out nice and wide there, coming in. Just hit the brakes just before the end of that curbing. Coming around turn 4, off throttle a fair bit, and then you just power down. Got a nice exit. Got a nice line through there. So he wants to hit the brakes just at the orange board mark there, which he does. And shifted his 2 gears. Put it in nice and close, drifted it out wide. So off throttle, off brake as you come across that curbing. Just at that wide board, you want to trail brake in. Gone through there in 2nd gear. You'll straight line it out of here. And a 2nd gear again. The front end grip up. Got a nice exit, so he's got his car set up well.
White Shadow gets out of the road nicely, well done.
Yep, good sportsmanship there. So again, changing down gears, 1st gear. It's coming across the curbing there. Got a nice exit, full power out, up on the curbing, which is absolutely fine. kept it in third gear. Just got a little bit of front end over understeer there. Holding it flat. There's a lap around Zandvoort. Minute 37.1. Is that what that is? Minute 38.6.
Well, there you go. Christoph was nearly a second faster than Sparky in that lap. And so was Shamrock. And so was Simon, believe it or not.
Yeah, well that went a little bit wide, getting off throttle. That would have made a huge difference to his lap time. But what's he got? Christo's 1.9 seconds behind.
Yep.
Shamrock 4.1.
There's not a lot still. Anyone in the top 4 could possibly steal this. You only need somebody to, one or two of them to make a couple of mistakes.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right, mate. It's always on the edge with this track. It's a very fine line between driving nicely versus, getting ragged and going off track. Just watching his steering wheel inputs, it's all nice and smooth. Just curious to see how he goes into turn 13 again, if he actually has similar.
No,
he's gone in mega deep there.
Suffering a little bit with understeer, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. That was the late braking then.
Yep.
But, what he's going to do is he's letting these other guys come back in to play here. Whilst he thought he had a little bit of a gap, this is going to put some pressure on him to maintain this position. 40 minutes to go. That's a good effort by Sparky.
38.7, 38.6. Fastest that lap was Simon in 4th at 37.5.
Yeah. And so that's amazing. Like Christo's 0.8 behind Sparky now, and Shamrock's 4.7, and Simon's 1.4. So it'll be interesting to see over the next couple of laps. And I've just noticed too that the track temperature's gone down to 30 degrees, so it's on the decline.
Yep.
The race started at 3 o'clock. On the multiplier times by 2, so we're expecting this to finish at about 5:30 in the evening here at Zandvoort. I'm going to make another prediction too, K-Man. We've got cloud cover still, so the sun is hidden behind the clouds. I can't see any sun on the track.
None.
At all.
No blue sky at all.
Nothing. So I'm thinking possibly by the end of the race, towards the end of the race, we're going to be down towards 24 degrees track temperature, which...
That's a big drop, isn't it?
Well, it is.
It takes you outside your tyre window, that's for sure, that if you don't allow for that in your pit stop, or stop at the right time, you can have all sorts of trouble with tyre pressures and tyre temps.
Yeah, well, we've got some of these guys too that when they do their pit stop, there's the opportunity to drop your tyre temps down. And I'm just wondering how these guys are all set up with that. So, very easy to get a little bit ambitious and go down 3 or 4 clicks. And Simon's just gone into the pits.
Right.
Go down 3 or 4 clicks.
I don't think he's carrying any damage, Simon, is he?
No, he's not. No, he's got a clean car. I reckon what he'll be doing here is trying to go for a little bit of an undercut at some point.
Yep.
On some fresh rubber.
It'll be interesting to see what Shamrock decides to do on the following lap, whether he decides to come in as well.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on that.
I reckon well, these guys are probably going to stick to their
Let's see, Shamrock's down to 2.4 off Christoph.
Yeah, so he's made up 2 seconds on Christoph.
And considering he's struggling with a bit of damage too, so...
Yep. Yeah, so he's caught right up onto the back of these two guys, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, well, that's half a second in half a lap.
Yep. Well, about to be on the team radio soon, I reckon, coaching these guys and willing them
Pit.
To
Tyres.
keep pushing.
I think the team orders will be 1 to push and 1 to pit. So you take your bets 50-50.
Yeah. Not too sure what would happen here.
Jeez, I'm giving away secrets. Look at that, a 40 and a 41 and a 37.7 from Shamrock. Something's gone on.
Yep.
Definitely gone on.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if tyre temperatures come into play here.
AB.
Christoph.
Oh,
yeah, I was just about to call
just
that,
either moved out of the road.
No, that's good team play there. So
yep.
Sparky's very well aware of the fact that Christoph is quicker, and let him go through, which is very, very smart. Those guys should be commended for that. But what Sparky will be trying to do is hang on to the back of Christoph, but that doesn't look like that's going to happen. Shamrock is absolutely just pressing him right now. He's
well, it's
deep
that scenario, isn't it, where the Shamrock, does, because it's not easy to pass on this track either. So, whether Shamrock carries on and, to wait and see whether Sparky, if his tyres are degrading, 2 things, he goes into the pits or maybe makes a bit of a mistake, or does Shamrock decide to pit with 35 minutes to go and get some new fresh boots on and get out there.
Yeah, well, let's put it to the audience there that are watching. What do you think, guys? What's the best move here for these guys? And while we're at it too, if you can hit the like button, that would be much appreciated. Again, this is a new team of streamers here for Rooz, and anything like that helps us immensely to get it off the ground and get it to the wider audience. And if anyone does predict it right, we've got Baradog, who's still got some vouchers floating around, I believe, Bunnings, that we can throw one out there.
Beautiful. Bounty's posted that a couple of control laps to cool the tyres, then off we go again. Yeah, okay, nice.
Yeah. I'm reading between the lines. Yeah, look, it's thinking about this situation. So Shamrock closed in. He is closing in, but he's not able to actually do anything as yet. So that's interesting in itself. But
well, that's the closest battle we've got. In the race currently are these 3 drivers. We've just got to keep an eye on maybe some of the lap times that the front 3 are doing in comparison to maybe Simon, where he's at on fresh rubber.
Yep, for sure. I'll go and jump on board with Simon now. See what he's doing. Yeah, Simon's got a very clean car, so he means business. Interesting
the front
to see how
3 were
this
all
plays
within
out.
a tenth at a 37.8, 37.9. Team Little Bear just getting out of the road, hopefully, for all 3. Yep, beautiful work, Team Little Bear. Great driving.
But what this is going to do, K-Man, with these 3 guys up the front, I mean, Christoph's pulled away, but these other 2 guys, it will allow for Simon to catch up. Just about, he's about to cross over the start-finish line, so we'll have a look at what his lap time is. At 37.6.
Well, that's a couple of tenths. So if he's doing that every lap,
well, that's all we need, isn't it? Really.
Yep.
Christoph has not pulled away as much as I thought he might have done. Actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Very interesting. You know what? It's got me stumped with what's going on here between these guys. Yep, so track temperature's down to 29 degrees, with an ambient temperature of 24.
Looks like a Sparky going in. Yep, Sparky's going in.
Yep, alright. See where Simon's just coming around.
10th and a half between Christoph and Shamrock that time, so it'll be interesting to see. Well, I think we might jump on board with Simon and see what sort of a difference.
Yeah, so Simon's just coming up into turn 11, turn 12. Yep. Got Sparky still in the pit. So he's got a nice line through there. He's doing all the right things.
Yep, and he's up. He's up again, well, 10th or so. I just lost a little bit.
Like he still hasn't moved. Simon makes his way around. Turn 14 onto the pit straight.
Oh, I think he may have him.
Dropped. Yep, and he's going to get him on the...
Oh, and Sparky's got a stop go.
Oh, no. A little bit eager beaver there to get out of the pits.
I think that might be the old first gear, second gear scenario, or it's pit limiter.
Yep, and this is the nature of the game, unfortunately.
It is.
Alright, so given where Shamrock and Christo were in relation to Sparky that absolutely puts Simon up into the mix of these guys.
Well and truly.
Yep. That's a really good effort so far by Simon. But we're at the halfway mark, guys. We've got 30 minutes. It's a little bit of a race cap. We've got Christo currently in P1, Shamrock in P2. So both of those guys are in the pit came in. So if we just have a look. Simon's coming around turn 10. Making his way up.
It'll be interesting to see how much damage Shamrock had and whether he chooses to repair it or not. I would suggest, if it was me, not, because his pace seemed okay.
Yeah, oh look, if it was 10 or 15 seconds, I would choose not to as well. But that would also be dependent on how the car was.
Well, here we go. There's on the move. Christoph is on the move.
Is.
And he's out in front.
Yep. And we got Simon in behind
Shamrock has repaired damage.
I would say so too. As Scotty Pye coming up. Wow. There you go. So Simon into P2.
Yep. The early pit stop has paid off for him, well and truly.
Sure has. Sparky's back in doing his stop go for 30 seconds. I can tell you that as a driver, when you get one of those things, it's one of the most frustrating things that can occur. And to come back around, cycle through the pit lane, stop for 30 seconds feels like an absolute eternity. Boy, what an effort by these guys so far. We started with 9, we've still got 9. We've had some pretty serious incidents with some damage, and the guys have stuck it out, which I always commend people on doing, because at the end of the day, every point counts. It goes towards the team's championship as well as their own individual points as well. But just came in while I've got a quick opportunity. I'm just going to do a big shout out to the guys, mods, and the admin team at Rooz. Just seen Arrows jumped in through the chat. G'day mate, how you going? We're missing you this season. So we look forward to hopefully you coming back to season 8, mate, when we get the game fixed up. But enjoy the stream for sure. I know that we've always had you as one of our #1 fans, so thank you, mate. Appreciate that. But big shout out to the mods and the admin team for RaceOnOz. So over the period of between sort of the back end of season 6 and basically leading into season 7. We've had a couple of changes with some of the admin team and the structure of how we conduct our doings for the ACC console guys for the PS5 and the PS4. And one of the things that we've done is that K-Man and myself, from an admin point of view, that we've really tried to get a group involvement with the captains and the vice captains in some of the ideas and the decision making that's gone on. Really feel like the platform has benefited from that. So we've got guys that have been around for a very long time. We've got a massive amount of depth of people with experience and knowledge that to help support and as I said, some of the decision making. So really feel like this is an opportunity. It's a really good turning point where we can have that harmony between a group of people and deliver something that everyone can enjoy. So massive thank you from myself, and I have no doubts from yourself as well too, K-Man, for all the guys that have chipped in. With some of the meetings that are supposed to go for an hour, and we've actually been 2 hours and 2.5 hours, and a few drinks in play there as well. But massive thank you to everyone. So really appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, I definitely second it. It's been a lot of effort from a lot of people, and they're in a lot of cases from the individuals that are here racing. They're aware of the team captains and what the team captains do, but there's a lot of other stuff that goes on behind the scene where everybody chips in to be able to bring this series to life, and to be able to stream it and put it in your lounge rooms, your bedrooms, on your iPads, your phones, your laptops, whatever it is that you're doing. So again, a big thank you to everybody.
Yeah, it's been really good.
I just thought I'd just give White Shadow a bit of a run. He's, one of the things I've got to say is he doesn't give up. He's still going around. His race hasn't gone according to plan. But what I like to see is people that carry on regardless and, bring their car to the checkered flag at the end of the race. I think that's, it shows the type of person they are on a day-to-day basis as well. And I think it's really, really important for the league that, not every race goes your way, but to be able to, carry on, get your repairs done and go out and just keep putting in the laps and learning too. I think that's the other key thing.
Oh, absolutely. It's when I think about, when I look where Team Little Bear is. I mean, he's in P4. Started rear field there and had a few incidents that he awfully does. Yeah, did it early, and he's in his nice shiny Honda. And he's pulled it up there and been consistent. So that's really good. And just reading the comments there by Arrow that he needs to retire to have more time, and mate, I look forward to when that. I don't want to wish my life away, absolutely not, but I do look forward to the time when I can semi-retire. Certainly something that I definitely look forward to. That's for sure. You're on Team Little Bear there now, so
yes, giving Team Little Bear a bit of coverage, which is all important to all the races, I think.
Yeah, well, look at the livery on this thing. This is absolutely outstanding. In terms of my vote for best livery for tonight, I nearly would say that Team Little Bear's taken that accolade because one, he's stuck with the Honda.
Yes,
but he's
absolutely.
Got awesome livery there with his colour scheme and the purple rear spoiler and the mirrors. And he's always been very adventurous with his liveries, but this one is actually very, very smart. Looks smart, and well done, Team Little Bear. And I'm super happy that you're up in P4. And just watching your lines here and your corner entry and exits, you're doing a stellar job, mate. So
We'll jump on board for a lap, eh?
Absolutely. Let's have a listen to the Honda.
I think just quietly before we let it roar away down the straight, if he sticks with it long enough for version 1.8, he might find himself right up the front.
Absolutely. That's a brilliant lap by Team Little Bear, just to show the consistency of his driving.
Absolutely.
I was just watching too. Hey man, so Simon was up to just over 2 seconds behind Christoph, and he had a little bit of an off-track moment there, just caught a curb. It's pushed him out to 3.4 seconds in behind Christoph with Shamrock.
I don't want to speak too soon, but when Shamrock came out of the pits, he was about 9.5 seconds behind the lead. And he's down to just under 7. So I think, the way I read it, no, it may not be. Let's have a look. 37.2.
Yep. Yeah, well, he's got 19 minutes to go.
Yep.
But we've got Team CDA P1, PHR in P2, and SAR in P3, and then P&L P4. Time Augo will be super wrapped with Team Little Bear's effort to pull position 4. I reckon Team Little Bear will probably have the rest of the week off work.
I think you might be right.
4. I think it's Snags. What a name. That is an absolute cracker of a name. No, that's not his real name. Scotty Pie is not his real name. But he is a massive fan of Scotty Pie, and certainly in there having a crack. But Snags, I haven't seen you through any of our chats before, but welcome, mate. It's the first time I've come across you, but glad you've jumped on. Hopefully you're finding the stream to be okay. As I said earlier at the start of the stream, so we've been doing this for a little while, but this is the first time we've actually done the production and the commentating all in one. Some of the team have changed, but yeah, so far so good, and came in, did a great job so far, mate, so well done on your behalf as well.
No, not a problem, mate. We're you know, slowly but surely easing our way into the, as they say, the driver's seat of streaming. Absolutely.
How difficult is it to get someone into the Discord chat while we're doing this?
Oh no, you can bring anybody in for a chat if you like. You send them an invite and they can have a chat to us through the Discord and go from there. The only issue may be is that, you know, the old trickery of the old push to talk scenario.
Oh, yep. I was going to try.
Maybe Bounty's a little bit au fait with that. If he's sitting there in the background in the comfort of a lounge chair or something, or whatever he's doing, maybe he'd like to come in and maybe have a bit of a chat,
that's who I was going to try and get.
Well, there you go. See if you can get Bounty, team captain of the current race leader.
Let me have a look here for a second. I've done this before, so I don't know how.
Yep.
Was that Psycho again?
Yeah, poor Psycho's had an off, and Shamrock's had to pull up, so that's cost Shamrock a bit more
Stalled
time.
him.
So.
Yep. Yeah, no, I've got no idea how to do that. Yeah, let me just double check something. Definitely don't want to disconnect, that's for sure. Not sure, mate. So have you still got me?
Yeah, mate, I've still got you. Absolutely.
Yep. Cool.
Absolutely.
I don't have the option to I can't see it anyway. Oh, hang on, here we go. Friend. Add a friend.
Add friends.
Feels like I'm going to throw the. Hopefully, Bounty's still on there.
You might want him to give us a bit of a thumbs up, mate, to make sure he's still around. He hasn't nodded off to sleep somewhere.
Yep, well, I'm ringing him, so hopefully we can get him in. He's probably scurrying right now to try and get stuff sorted out. Yeah, Snags, so just looking at your comment there, mate, absolutely there is room in the Tier 2 server. If you haven't joined it before, jump on the RaceOnOz.com website and throw your name in there, mate, and one of the guys, whether it's myself or JJ, will absolutely give you a hand, and we'll slot you into one of the teams, mate. So yeah, definitely do that ASAP. Bounty.
Hello.
How you going?
Yeah, good evening.
We can hear you, mate. We can hear you.
Right. I can't hear myself.
Yeah?
No, hang on. Oh, hang on, here we go. Oh, that's better.
We've got 14 minutes to go, and we've got Christo's out in P1, mate. How's that going for you?
Oh, look, it's all in the planning, you know.
This is us you're talking to.
Oh, yeah, fair call. Yeah, no, it's pure luck. It's good.
Yeah.
Good start.
To see both the CDA cars up there in P1 and 2, and then with SAR and 3, 4 and 5, and it was unfortunate that Scotty Pye had that incident there, you know, coming around turn 13, but look out at a couple of his teammates. But yeah, and then poor old Sparky with his stop-goes, and I just read through the chat there that it didn't put fuel in his car as well, so that's an issue for him. I'm not sure what's happened there unless he's picked the wrong pit strategy.
Yeah, he's had a bit of bad luck, unfortunately. Just looking good at the start. Yeah, missed his brake markers on the first pit entry, so he copped a penalty, went in for his penalty.
That's what it was.
And then didn't put fuel in, so yeah, bit of a comedy of errors there, but you know, these things happen. But look, at the end of the day, he's obviously looking strong. Both cars are looking pretty strong. Mate, like you were saying before, it's good to see, you know, people like Team Little Bear up there, and it's great to see, actually. It's not just domination by any particular person either. It's a good mix of drivers out there, actually.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can. I know we're missing Andy from BHR. He was running late with work and work commitments sometimes, and we'll come into that. But if we can build the Tier 2 server up, it will certainly be good for these guys, because there's an opportunity every week or every round for the next 5 rounds to potentially have a different winner, which is awesome for these guys, but it's awesome for the stream as well.
Yeah.
That, like you said, it's not dominated. So, but that's a good thing.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it's obviously a very tricky track, this one too. But the boys done well. Very minimal incidents, which is good to see.
Yep.
But yeah, you were talking before about tyre wear. Tyre wear is a big issue around here, mainly, especially your left-hand front. Even if you get your temperatures right, they still tend to chew out. So
yeah,
we have spoken about control laps. Like I said before in the chat. So if you feel like you're losing a bit of grip in the front end, just back it off for half a second or even a second for 1 or 2 laps. Get the tyres back in order, and that actually proves to be quite worthy. So I don't know whether Sparky was doing that or not, but it looked like both of them did slow down for a lap or two, which allowed, I think, it's Shamrock to catch up. But there's Christos pulled away again, which is looking good. So interesting little race actually, especially the first round.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's great to see. As you were sort of saying, Bounty, the closeness, even in quali. First 6 or 7 cars, nothing in it, to be brutally honest. And that's what you want in a series. You don't want one car, one driver just absolutely braining the rest of the field. As Ad's mentioned, I think it's going to be quite a strong season ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I just had a sneak peek at PS5 boys, and they're running roughly around about a second quicker than these guys here in the AM group. So really, if you look at it, there's not much difference.
Not much difference, is it?
And then you've got next week's race, which is I suppose you call it the in between the pro guys and the AM guys. You've got your pro AMs next week. So if we've looked after the teams well, then we should have a good race pace between all of us. It should be an exciting season.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Okay, man, can you just share your screen again, mate, so I can have a look at... Because Bounty probably can't see anything there either on Discord.
It
knocked me out when...
It's not streaming there on Discord?
No, it is, I think, but not sharing it.
No, here we go.
When I bought Bounty in, it just shut that down.
It should be back up in a sec.
Yep, got ya.
Yep, got it.
Still there, Bounty?
Yep, I'm here.
And can you see that as well too, mate?
Bounty.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. Yep, all good.
Yep.
Perfect.
There you go.
So, mate, what's your strategy for next week?
Strategy next week is to come first, second, and third.
You might have 4 other teams that might try to spoil that for you, Bounty.
Nah, look, to be honest with you, qualifying is pretty important here because, like you said before, it is a hard track to pass. So it is very handy to start up the front and just minimise your errors. Really, that's all you can do. Manage tyres, minimise your errors, and qualify well, and you should end up with good results. You don't have to have super fast race pace because it's such a hard track to pass. You just got to be patient and wait for somebody else to make a bit of an error and find the gap.
Yeah, and sometimes it can just be, beating someone's rear vision mirror for a couple of laps just to put a little bit of pressure on them and absolutely look for that mistake and capitalise. So, know that we've got some racy guys in there next week. So we've got Cameron from PS4, winner from last season. I know that he said to me through the chat the other day that he hasn't done many laps around and here, but putting down some quick times, I believe, which is a bit scary.
Guys, just worth noting too, I don't know whether you've noticed this, but Footman has as well, is that Cameron has noticed it, that Christoph has made a bit of an error. Shamrocks is closing into within 2.3 seconds of Simon. It's all coming to a bit of a crescendo towards the end of the race.
Oh, mate, that's a big word. That's like Scotty Fire.
I've had my thesaurus out, mate.
Cork in the bottle. crescendo.
Well, at the end of the day, that's what we wanted. We wanted a good close finish between a few different teams. So, it's a good start.
Yep.
Ads, I don't know whether you can see this on the stream. Sorry,
Yeah, I
on
can.
the YouTube chat.
Yeah. So if you go on there, just block that person. It's just spam.
So how do you get rid of them?
I think if you click
Remove.
on it, yeah. Report it, block, all that stuff.
Remove, but it's keeping coming through. How the heck are we going to block this?
No,
Sorry, guys.
You gotta just be quick. It will go away. But that might have been Cameron Fortner's personal Tinder.
Yeah,
account
actually, coming through. You're probably right.
Sorry, Cam.
2.2, 2.1. It's closing down.
Sure is. Track temperature hasn't gone down as much as what I thought it would have done. It's stayed at a consistent 28. Yeah, which is good intel for next week. But the sun's still hidden behind the clouds, which is interesting. I'm not sure how that would have played out with these guys for setting up tyres and tyre temperatures. But what's interesting here is that absolutely with Chris off, no damage. Simon no damage, and Shamrock had a bunch of damage, and he's had some extra time in the pits, and he's absolutely on the hunt right now. And I reckon that by the end of and Simon's just gone deep into turn 11 there. This is what Shamrock's waiting for. It's just all these little mistakes all come together, and bang, that's when he'll pounce. And catching up's one thing, but getting past, as what Bounty said, is really difficult to pass on this track. So getting past him as well is another thing. But as we see White Shadow gain, that the mindset to pull aside way before these guys even come into screen with him is great sportsmanship from him. And I said it before, he should be commended, but that's an excellent effort by himself.
Yeah, it's obvious. I think Simon's driving very well, but it looks like Shamrock's really got his car dialed in. He's just looking really nice, very smooth around the corners, nice lines, and just slowly catching him. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting the last couple of laps.
Yeah, I reckon Simon right now he will be feeling the heat.
He's watching his rearview mirror.
Yeah, I don't know what state he lives in, but I know when I've been in that position, even in the middle of winter in Melbourne, it feels like summertime in my bedroom or my office where I participate in this stuff. But
he's right on him now. Here we go. He's going to look for the opening now.
He is, and he's taken some shallow lines too. Doing the old Craig Lowndes, coming in nice and shallow. See what Simon does here. No, he's got in and out.
I reckon he might get him at turn 1. If he gets a good run out of that last corner.
Simon's
a bit too deep for Shamrock there, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can
he do it? Can he do it? No, not close enough.
Simon's not really even going defensive. That's your normal, natural move, is to pull in there at turn 1, do it nice and close. So he didn't take an inside line to take that corner. And not taking anything away from Chris off, but in P1. But guys, this is the closest battle on track. We've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. And this is what it's come down to after 60 minutes of racing for RaceOnOz Season 7, Round 1 at Zandvoort. These guys are coming down to the wire.
Oh.
Nice. Here he goes.
This is it.
Is he going to get in?
Oh, Simon shut the door on him.
He's thinking about it. He's definitely got the better handling car at the minute.
Sure has.
Oh. No.
Oh, Shamrock's just up on the grass. That is excellent driving by Simon. Good spatial awareness. Knew exactly where Shamrock was. He knew that he could cover him without taking out his front end. Got to survive 2 more laps.
See, the Merc's got good pace down the straight too, so...
Yeah, very good. Here we go. Nice and close. Try and get a good exit. Oh,
bit of aero maybe.
Here we go. I think he'll get him here.
Yep. Yeah, he's gone defensive now.
Yeah, he's going to have to go around the outside, go the hard way around.
Work for it.
Yep. Oh, is it good enough? Oh,
is he gone off?
No. He's gone off.
He has. I've seen some dust.
Yep.
There you go. That's he's done the right. Simon's done nothing wrong there.
Absolutely not.
Down the inside of the track. A slight gap. A little bit of breathing room. It's the last lap. Did they call last lap?
I haven't heard it. No,
I haven't heard it. I think there's another one to go.
Where's Christoph? He's only, 6 seconds up the road?
Yep, there'll be another lap.
Oh, yeah. It's truth.
As Juzzy would say, there's a couple of cookie moments.
Yeah, I don't like to think about that, actually. that image is not a good image.
Yeah, I have nightmares about that.
I'm just wondering if Shamrock's cooked his tyres, K-Man, over those last couple of laps.
Maybe.
Simon's holding his nerve. He's doing a good job here.
He's doing very well. Yep, he's just holding his line. He's not doing anything untoward.
I reckon this is race end. What have we got? Oh, no. How's that? Christoph's just crossed the line with 3 seconds to go.
Here we go. Again.
Going to make him work on the outside again. Shamrock will probably learn his lesson by just braking a little bit earlier this time. Gone out wide. Simon's kept it in nice and tight. Can't imagine how he's feeling right now in his cockpit. Hasn't even locked up a brake. Stand front tyres kept rotating around that corner. Turn 4, no tourists for brake lock-ups. Staying off all the edges of the road.
Yep, no dust. I've seen more dust on that man's coffee table.
That's true.
That white dust.
Here we go.
Is he going to do it?
Oh, no.
He's
beautiful stuff. Having a go.
Tell you what.
Yep.
Throwing away his opportunity. Simon's kept his nerve. He's done well. These guys have done very well, actually. And all of that, Simon's actually caught back up to Christoph. Not caught back up to him, he's actually gained some time on him, so the pressure may have helped. And as Cameron's pointed out too, that with the early stop that Simon had, his tyres will be dying, so a little bit worse wear than what Shamrocks are. But Christoph has finished in P1, so congratulations to Christoph, Team CDA.
Look at that.
He'd be super happy about that bounty.
Yep, very happy with that.
Great drive. Great drive.
And we've got Simon, Team BHR in position 2, Shamrock, SAR position 3, got Kraken coming across the line in P4, GRT and Team Little Bear for P&L. Psycho, P&L as well in position 6. Pie will finish in position 7. Sparky got in P8, so that's disappointing for Sparky considering that he was up in the front couple of cars there. Led the race for a little while and unfortunately missed his brake marker coming into the pits and got a 30-second stop and go, plus an issue with fuel.
So Sparky gets 200 push-ups before next race. Penalty.
Yeah. Great job by all, I think.
Yeah, well done.
You know, guys that have tough races that carry on and continue to is great to see.
I like Cameron's comment here. Shamrock must work in a post office because he licked the stamp.
he absolutely did on a couple of occasions. No, great drive. Great drive from all the guys. You know, considering the small number in the race, that was some really entertaining racing. Yeah,
no, that was awesome. Yeah, 100%. Way better than I was expecting, actually. So,
yeah.
No, really, really good. So we've got the podium here, guys. If you haven't seen this before, this is a new thing. The RaceOnOz PS4 podium tier 2. We've got Christoph in P1, Simon in P2, and Shamrock in P3. So congratulations, guys. You can share the champagne bottle around and took a bit of a splash. Well deserved. And brilliant for the first round for season 7. So
and there you go, Bounty. The winning team for tonight was CDA. Look at that,
mate. How good's that? That's what we wanted. Excellent.
We tried to get your thing in there, mate. I'm not sure what happened there.
That's all right.
With the cars, but
well, look, next week. All good.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to leave you lads to it. You can finish off. Do your thing.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks, Bounty.
Cheers. Thanks for the chat. Yeah, we'll speak soon. See you, lads.
Cheers.
See ya, mate.
Thanks, Arrow. Thanks for the good feedback there too, mate. Thanks, guys, for jumping on and being part of the first race for season 7. Really appreciate it. And as K-Man said, yeah, small field tonight, but I'll tell you what, there was pretty action-packed and there was some battles there and some good things happening with some of the guys catching up and, you know, a little bit of panel work going on between pit stops. But, you know, what we want to try and do is encourage some of the guys to come back into the PS4 with the streams and the commentating. So this is the place to be, absolutely. And then next week we've got the Tier 1 PS4 round. We should have a full grid, I believe. So that will consist of yourself, K-Man, and myself will be participating in that. And that will be commentated and streamed by JJ and Jamie, who are both racing in the PS5 race tonight. So, you know, good luck to those guys, and certainly look forward to seeing how all that plays out. But from me, well done, K-Man. Thank you so much for what you've done over the last couple of weeks, and just been awesome. Have you got anything that you wanna finish off with as well, mate?
No, again, just to congratulate the guys that raced tonight. You know, it's really, really great to see, and for Bounty to point out that he was looking at bits and pieces of the PS5 race, and for these guys only to be, you know, a second off race times, it just goes to show how close this league is. And whereas, you know, it is the Premier League in Australia, you know, / New Zealand to race in, for sure.
Yep.
So,
without a doubt.
Thank you, mate, for helping me, you know, partly remove my training wheels. I might take one off for the next stream and feel a lot more comfortable, and we'll work on a few things between now and round 2. Thanks everybody who joined us on the stream, greatly appreciated. And as Adman likes to say, don't forget to hit the like button.
That's it. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Cheers. Good night, all.
Bye.